All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for another 9 minutes with me on IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you do find me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. Share the videos, and of course, you can download and subscribe to my podcast. It's called the ML Sports Platter, where you get podcasts, download, subscribe, leave feedback, and a 5-star review. That stuff does help an awful lot. And of course, as I've mentioned a million times, the shares, the likes, everything that happens on social media, it goes a long way in spreading the word. So thanks so much for doing that. And of course, this video is brought to you by our great friends at Timberbanks Golf Club. Go ahead and log on to timberbanks.com today for your 2020 membership. Also, we are sponsored by Empower Federal Credit Union, Bryant and Stratton College, and Hides of Liverpool. If you are in and around Central New York or you're home for the holidays seeing friends and family, you got to get to Hides. You'll never have a better Hoffman hot dog off the grill. Amazing sides to go with it, like mac salad and mac and cheese. They also feature Philly steaks. They feature chicken tenders. They feature grilled cheese. And they feature amazing other sides like pickles and all the rest. And, of course, desserts to go like cookies and brownies. Hides of Liverpool, hidesofliverpool.com, serving decades and decades of people in Central New York. And, of course, you can go follow them on social media all over the place. Hides of Liverpool is a staple in Central New York. I wanted to concentrate on this video really in terms of dealing with Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. You know, there's been a lot made of Josh Allen, the growth of Allen, and he will not be playing a full 2 seasons until 2020 because, of course, he had gotten injured in 2018. And we know that, what's happened is we've seen the growth. We've seen people start to talk about him, the ferocious leader. He's a great competitor. He's commanding the offense. There's so many different things that he's doing well. He's protecting the ball better. You know, he was throwing a bunch of interceptions in the beginning of this season. He's toned that down a little bit. He replaced that with the fumbles. Now he's toned that down a little bit. People were concerned about his accuracy coming out of college in Wyoming. He's gotten better with that through terrific coaching with the Buffalo Bills in terms of Brian Daboll and Sean McDermott and company. But the thing that's impressed me the most this season so far for Josh Allen. And again, you can talk about all those things until the cows come home, and I would agree with all those things in terms of the progress and the trajectory of one Josh Allen, from the competitive nature, limiting turnovers, leadership, blah, blah, blah. But one thing that I just mentioned in that group, it's called commanding the offense. And if you've watched Josh Allen, something inside of him commanding the offense is him at pre-snap while they have basically hurried the offense up a little bit into the no huddle. If you go back to the game for the Buffalo Bills against the Cleveland Browns, and you remember that the Bills, since that game had kind of been ramping it up a little bit offensively. Josh Allen, he talked with Jim Kelly quite a bit about what was the K-gun offense like when you ran it with Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed and James Lofton, and the like, and Thurman Thomas and all the rest, and that great offensive line and the tight ends with Pete Metzelaars and Keith McKellar, Kenneth Davis as a backup running back. What was that like? Don Beebe, And Jim Kelly helped Josh Allen with the no-huddle offense. And if you remember going back to that day on November 10th when the Bills lost 19-16, Josh Allen was kind of erratic. That was another game this year that the Bills could have had if Josh Allen just strikes one ball down the field. I'm not talking about an 80-yard pass. I'm talking about a 20 to 30-yard pass. If he hits on one of those, they beat Cleveland. Now, it's hard to just pin it on him and to blame him for all that, but think about the amount of quarterbacks who make 1 to 3 throws a game that other people can't. Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady when he's on, Breeze, Big Ben when he's healthy, Peyton Manning when he was in the league, Russell Wilson. Think about all these quarterbacks who make 1, 2, 3, 4 throws per game, and their team gets out on top, and they masked all the deficiencies and all the inept play of the team across all 3 phases of the football field. Josh Allen strikes once against New England, strikes once against Cleveland. Shit, maybe the Buffalo Bills are 11-1 right now. Now, I do get it that the Bills could have lost a few other games for many other reasons. Titans with the poor management by Mike Vrabel and company. They could have easily lost the Bengals game. They could have easily lost the game at home to Miami Dolphins. But since the game against Cleveland on November 10th, which is basically a month ago, Josh Allen's been ridiculous. Josh Allen was great against Miami, awesome against Denver, and awesome against Dallas. 3 games that, even though at one time maybe it was only a 1-score game, especially at the half against Denver and, of course, against the Dallas Cowboys, for the most part, the Buffalo Bills, you felt pretty good, even when it was only a 1-score game, because the Bills were dominating in all phases of the game, and you saw Josh Allen really take that next step as a quarterback in terms of the pre-snap read. There are so many times at the line when a quarterback gets up there, the play has already been called, whatever the hell the name of the play is, and they stop, and it's deer in headlights, and it's, holy shit, what do I do? Because the defense has now changed something. Maybe there's a linebacker who's coming up who you didn't expect. There's a corner over here who's coming up who you didn't expect. The safeties are now drawn to the sides. Maybe they're playing a zone when you didn't think so, and it was going to be a man. Those are the times that the Aaron Rodgerses, the Russell Wilsons, the Drew Brees, the Patty Mahomes, those kind of quarterbacks, they literally at the line look, quick snap, quick pre-snap read, maybe change the play at the line of scrimmage. Wait, hut, repeat it, hut, repeat it, and then snap the ball. And all of a sudden they've got their play. They changed the play at the line of scrimmage, and the pre-snap read was all the quarterback, and all of a sudden you've got an open tight end across the middle because they played themselves back into it at that moment. They didn't have to call a timeout. Shit, if quarterbacks had to call timeout every single time they weren't able to pre-snap, you would have no timeouts by the second drive of the game. Guys like Marcus Mariota have not been able to do it. Guys like Jameis Winston haven't been able to do it. There's been other quarterbacks around the league who have not been able to do it. That's another great sign for Josh Allen. Above all the other things that we talk about with the leadership and the competitive fire and the completion percentage getting better and him limiting turnovers, the biggest thing right now at the top for me is while he commands the offense, he's been incredible at pre-snap. Guys in the league who are the elite quarterbacks, and I'm not saying that Josh Allen is going to get to that level, but the guys who are the best of the best in the game, they're all pre-snapping the defense to death in changing plays. There might not have been a better quarterback at it than Peyton Manning with his Omaha shit and changing stuff all over the place. It's amazing. When you see an offense, you see a quarterback go from just under center to take the ball and then go back into a shotgun, you see him change the play at the line of scrimmage. That's because they see something out there that they saw on tape that if I get that while I call a play, I'm switching to this. That's when they go to the other part. That's when they talk in the headset until the 15-second mark. Unless, of course, you're in New England and you shut the headsets off. The bottom line is the best of the best in the game. Brady, Manning, Brees, Russell Wilson, Patty Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. These guys are the best at pre-snap. Joe Montana was amazing at it. Troy Aikman was great at it. Steve Young was great at it. Jim Kelly was great at it. Dan Marino was great at it. All those quarterbacks were amazing. John Elway was great at it. The pre-snap guys, they really throw an absolute curveball to the defense, because you may have a play come in from the sidelines from your defensive coordinator, and all of a sudden the quarterback is like, uh-oh, what are we going to do? And you look over and your receivers are guessing, your running back's guessing, and then you might have 20 seconds left on the shot clock because if you're Josh Allen and the Bills, you rushed up in the no-huddle for a reason. One, to get a playoff to keep the defense on its heels, or two, to rush up and continue to change the plays as you see the defense changing in front of your eyes. Josh Allen has changed the pre-snap over and over and over again. He has adjusted at the line of scrimmage, and he has commanded the line incredibly well. He has a great bonding and rapport with the offensive line. Receivers are looking to him. Receivers are knowing that he's changing the plays, and that's another reason why you're seeing John Brown have a big year, Cole Beasley have a big year, those guys getting on the same page, Devin Singletary behind him as a threat to run it and to catch the football. Josh Allen is leading the offense. He's commanding the offense, but a lot of it right now has to do with the pre-snap. In the last 3 games, he's been dominant at it. Miami, Denver, and Dallas. We'll see what happens in the last 4 against Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the Patriots, and the New York Jets. Mike Lindsley with you, 9 minutes with me on IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. And of course on Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979. This video brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union, Main Street host, Timberbanks Golf Club, and your State Farm agent, Matt Graham. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.